So today I got my ultrasound gun from Amazon. It's quite well made. It's funny enough that it's quite cheap. Should never buy cheap uh, utilities like these from Amazon. But it was on sale and it turned out quite, I mean, it looks quite okay. I'm just gonna let this video play here in the background. So this has been my inspiration for trying this out for my chronic pain. I figured out if ultrasound and so low intensity pulse based ultrasound can cure chronic pain. And since the name of the channel is Chronic Pain, this is one of my attempts to try to find a solution. Since years and ages I've been trying it out. Let's just play. Let's just play.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for David and Kevin for inviting me to present and share with you my discovery and how we are moving from accidental discovery in the lab to advice that can save millions of people's teeth around the world. So this is myself. I work at University of Alberta in orthodontics, and also I'm a private practitioner.
Apparently, the ultrasound gel is required so that the ultrasound penetrates the skin better. I thought it was like for protection from getting electrocuted, but I'm guessing they want more penetration. So I think it's safe to not use it, right?
And also
Can I use it over my t-shirt? Like, because I'm actually scared of getting electrocuted.
A huge media release, inventor researchers patent new technology that can regrow teeth. And hopefully, in a few years, we can reach that claim.
Oh yeah, in case you're wondering why I'm playing this video, because the dentists removed 4 teeth of mine, wisdom teeth. And because of that, it's caused me a life of unbearable pain, misery, sadness, depression, uncomfortable, every breathing. No, there's like I have to force myself to breathe. It's like when I finish like about 6-7 hours of sleep, it's like my chest is constricted because my breathing is messed up, and it's because of my airway getting messed up, airway shrinking, so that my you see my recessed maxilla and my yeah, so it's like my face has gone inside like that and it's fallen down. It should be like up like that. And my neck is very constricted, even though it looks okay. It looks big, but it's supposed to be like really long and big. It's all like constricted now because of my lack of support here for the bones. So there's bone loss happening. So that's why I'm like looking up ways to and do this. Grow back my wisdom teeth. I mean, yeah, it's laughable, but it's not because there's a lot of research.
And the future. Okay, so this is the accidental discovery in dental research. Basically, if you are familiar with distraction osteogenesis or surgical bone lengthening, so if someone has a short bone, like this girl, for example, this leg is short. So what they do to lengthen this short leg, they cut it, put a screw in it, and then they open the screw every day, and then in few months, the short leg can be as long as the normal leg. Okay. In craniofacial area, we are dealing with lots of problems, especially with the lower jaw. When the lower jaw is underdeveloped like this, we can do the same thing, the same technique. We break the jaw, put a fixator with a screw in place, and then after a few weeks, then the patient move from here to here. And basically, the whole idea is to regenerate or grow the patient's own new bone without the need for any hip or any bone graft or any other materials. The only problem with this technique in the craniofacial area, usually we hope to get the bone from here to here, but most of the time the bone doesn't grow in the direction that we have. and most of the time it grows in different directions, and the output or the resultant bone shape is not what we are actually planned for. So we try to look into something that can promote the bone healing at this distraction site or at the bone fracture site. So we looked at different non-invasive techniques, and ultrasound was the best one or best solution that's been used in clinical trials and in the lab for almost 30 years to promote fracture healing or bone, to help healing of fractured bone. So we have three types of ultrasound, just to introduce you briefly what ultrasound, because lots of people get confused about the sonar that's being used and the shock waves. So there are three types of ultrasound, depends on the power. The shock waves that can use that's this diagnostic that lots of pregnant women can use to check their babies. And operative that can crush kidney or renal stones, and it has lots of power. And the therapeutic one that's mainly used in physiotherapy, and this is the one that we are going to talk about its application in dentistry today. So the first research that I did was at University of Illinois, and that was my PhD, was to evaluate a commercially available ultrasound device that's been used to help healing of fractured bone on bone maturation during mandibular or lower jaw distraction osteogenesis or lower jaw surgical lengthening. As you can see in this rabbit here, we cut the lower jaw, we start to lengthen or open the screw, and then we hope only new bone to be filled in this space here. And this is where the cut was. And when I did the cut, I cut the lower incisor as well. And we were really excited to see what's going to happen to that lower incisor. And then after a few days, you can see the side that treated by ultrasound, the tooth was growing more than the other side, lengthening. As you can see in this rabbit here, we cut the lower jaw, we start to lengthen.
So funny enough, there's a study done on squirrels, I think, not rabbits, but squirrels or some kind of animal like that, where they removed their wisdom teeth specifically, and immediately they could see negative effects throughout its spine, and there was eventually the squirrels all had scoliosis, like the spine got fucked up.
Or open the screw, and then we hoped only new bone to be filled in this space here. Commercially used in physiotherapy, and this is the one that we are on, depends on the power space here. And this is where the cut was. And when I did the cut, I cut the lower incisor as well. And we were really excited to see what's going to happen to that lower incisor. And then after a few days, you can see the side that treated by ultrasound, the tooth was growing more than the other side. And that was a big discovery, and I got lots of criticism from my supervisor. What did you do to this poor rabbit? Nobody will believe you. You will present this in an improper research book, and lots of funny stuff. And then until 4 weeks after this discovery, we did the histology, and then this is the new bone that you can see here. And in the middle of the gap, we had a new tissue that it's not bone. And on a higher microscopic level, you can see, or if you're an expert in the dental field, this is new tooth that's been formed at this destruction site. That was the first time in history that we can show people that new dental tissue can be formed in few days. Again, rabbit's teeth are different slightly from human teeth, okay? So there was lots of criticism how to apply this into clinical trial or in human. So basically, the results of this research that ultrasound can generate new dental tissue formation, and this new dental tissue formation is dentin. And dentin, basically, it makes the bulk of the tooth, and cementum, which is the outer layer that attach the roots of the teeth to the bone, okay? So these two main parts can be regenerated by ultrasound in rabbits, not the enamel yet, because the enamel is a different story. So in orthodontics, when we move teeth, there are lots of risk factors that a big chunk of people can get into big problem that's unresolved at this moment, which is root resorption or root shortening. Patients from UK. So we started a clinical trial, pilot clinical trial on patients that they have braces from UK all over the world. So we started a pilot clinical trial on patients that they have braces, and in
I'm
some
the perfect
patients
candidate
that they
for
are
this.
going to have braces. Some of them,
But I am old though.
teeth. so we can have spaces so we can straight up their crooked teeth.
For the record,
Those
I'm
patients, the teeth that to
33.4
be
years
extracted are
old.
always good
I'm
candidates for us to do some
91
research on them
born.
because the patients are going to lose them anyways, right? So yeah. But we had also hard time recruiting patients because most of them, they are excited to get into the braces. We want to finish the braces soon. So anyways, so we're successful in getting some patients. And we start to apply some forces to induce root erosion or root resorption. And on the other side, in each patient, we apply the commercially available ultrasound device. You can see the applicator here is big like a Tony. And it wasn't actually comfortable for the patients to apply it. But I was lucky to get really good patients or compliant patients to use this commercially available device. After 4 weeks, the teeth that didn't receive ultrasound, you can see the erosion. This is the cementum layer here, and also the dentin get eroded, and this root as well, you can see the erosion everywhere. But interestingly, after 4 weeks, when we apply the ultrasound here, new dental tissue was formed, new dentin and new cementum. That was, again, the first time in history that we can show that new dental tissue can be formed in 4 weeks. And that was published in the American Journal of Orthodontics.
Damn, I can hear.
So we start to move more higher.
So I've kept this thing on 0.05 frequency, and when I get it close to my earphone, I can hear it. Oh my god, I'm scared to even put this near my skin, man. Ugh. Am I gonna get zapped? So I can hear it when I put it close to my... Can you hear it if I put it close to the mic? It's a very high frequency, man. Ah! And... Yeah, I can, can hear it without my earphones. It's very loud. Can you hear it in the... Can you hear it now? Now. The noise cancellation might be removing it. It seems harmless enough though, right? It's just sound. It's just sound, right? There's no electricity, right? Somebody please help me out in the comment section. It's on 0.05, like you can see 0.0 on the monitor thing. I'm too lazy to turn the camera around and show you. But this can't be harmful, right? Somebody please tell me, am I going to zap myself? Damn, man. I need to protect my ears though, it's very sharp. The sound is very sharp. It's on 0.0050. Yeah, 0.05. Like it's only 1 decimal point after the zero. And it's on pulse mode. Damn, it's scary, but let's continue.
To higher forces, because when we did this pilot study, we were aware, like we had to be very careful not to apply too much force so the patient don't get severe pain and stuff. Now we're confident enough to apply huge amount of force. And
that's what I'm trying to do.
In the real life.
This is what I'm trying to do.
So this is what happened. This is at the University of Alberta. A patient came.
I can listen to the ultrasound. Wait a minute, guys. Why can I listen to the are my ears ultrasonic, or is it just the latent frequencies that are remaining after it pulses the actual ultrasound? Because I shouldn't be able to hear it at all, right? There's a crystal inside that head that charges it. It gives it electrical charges, so that crystal is the thing that is producing the ultrasound. Which is quite magical, don't you think so? It's quite a magical technology. It's like the crystal is getting electrified. I've got like some quartz, natural quartz crystals lying here. So if I electrify them, they'll probably produce sound as well. There is some crystal inside here. So all crystals apparently when they're electrified, they produce sound.
We applied. Just try to imitate the real time or the real life orthodontic force application. And then when we apply ultrasound to this site only, you can see the root was preserved here, but the inside root was severely resorbed, and the control root or the tooth that's been moved without any ultrasound, the two roots get shorter compared to the preserved root here. So that means ultrasound really works.
It really works.
So
really works.
We have lots of patients that have been send us emails, photographs of their x-rays, photos on daily basis. They try to save the roots. So you can see millions of patients worldwide, they have these problems.
Oh, that's too bright. Ah, that video's over. Regrowing teeth in old age possible. Let's binge this video. Modern health span. May soon. Oh, it's some drug. Yeah, eat some drugs. Buy our drugs.
This is Richard from Modern Health Span.
New drug. I knew it.
In Japan has developed a therapy to grow new teeth. It's hoped to work for both congenital lack of teeth and
It is getting warm.
teeth. And it is going into human trial this September. To me, this is very exciting, as losing teeth is a common issue with age, and it would be great if we could replace them. Let's have a look at it in more detail. Much of the information
It is getting warm,
therapy
man.
works came from this 2020 paper, Development of Tooth Regenerative Medicine Strategies by Controlling the Number of Teeth Using Targeted Molecular
How long have I
Therapy.
been doing this?
Though I have also referenced other
10
papers
minutes.
and the university website. This is the team who have developed the technology and have authored most of the papers. They have also started a company to bring the solution to the market.
So I'm tapping it like this
As you know, humans have two sets of teeth.
because it's getting warm.
Milk teeth and the permanent
My
teeth.
spot over
They're
here is
also
getting
called
warm.
the first and second dentition.
And
It
this is not
appears that
warm.
There is a third
This is
dentition,
not warm.
which remains
My
vestigial.
spot over here is
For the
getting warm.
replacement of lost teeth, the
I can
idea
feel
is
the
to wake
warmth
these
here.
up. In the case of congenital teeth deficiency, the hope is that the therapy will activate the growth of the teeth, which has been inhibited because of genetic factors.
Third dentish.
There is an enzyme, uterine sensitization associated gene 1, or USAG1, which controls other enzymes, including bone morphogenetic protein, or BMP. BMP is involved in the growth process for teeth. So this is part of the process of controlling that growth. Inhibiting USAG1 will lead to extra teeth growth in animal models. The therapy will be delivered intravenously rather than injected locally, as shown here, and is a monoclonal antibody which inhibits USAG1. This allows BMP and the downstream proteins to be activated and for the teeth to grow. The team have been working with animal models for more than 10 years and have shown that inhibiting USAG1 is enough to cause the teeth to grow. One thing I could not figure out is how it will only impact teeth where there is a gap in the mouth if it is not delivered locally. The team from the university, Drs. Takahashi Kiso and Takatani, have set up a company to make the therapy available. The company is called
Takahashi.
Toragen Biopharma, which is a contraction of Tooth Regenerative Medicine. It is based in Kyoto, Japan. So what is the plan for testing this in humans? The first trial, a phase 1 trial to show safety, will take place in the Katano Hospital in Osaka from this September and run until August 2025. The participants will be 30 males aged between 30 and 64 who are missing one of their back teeth.
Hey,
The phase 2A trial
I'm perfect for
will
this.
start after this.
But I'm not going to
Though
eat some
there are
drugs.
some
No
updates.
way.
It will
I'm trying
be
to figure out
challenging.
what enzymes. What are they talking about? Maybe I'll have to rewatch this video again. But if I figure out what enzymes and yeah, what they're talking about, and if there's a natural way to trigger the enzymatic reaction naturally.
Who genetically have at least 6 fewer teeth than normal, a condition called oligodontia, which impacts about 0.1% of the population. Missing teeth in children is more than just a cosmetic concern. Without the right teeth in place, the jawbone does not develop properly. Currently, there are no good therapies for this except to use dentures and implants. The plan is then to also include patients missing from
Yo,
1
man,
to
I think
5
this
teeth,
thing is working.
called hypodontia, and eventually to help older people who have lost their teeth to replace them. The current schedule calls for the therapy to be in the clinic by 2030. As far as
I'm
I'm
not
aware,
sure.
this is the first trial in humans to try regrowing teeth. The authors estimate that there are some 58 million, mostly elderly Japanese, who have missing teeth, and so would be good candidates for this therapy. One of the hopeful benefits will be that the extra dentition will allow them to have a more robust and healthy diet. Thank you for your attention, and I wish you all well.
For centuries, mankind has faced the problems associated with tooth loss and dental maldevelopment. From old artisanal ivory teeth to modern dentures and implants, science and medicine have sought ways to restore lost teeth and restore people's confidence in their smile and chewing function. The
Science and
earliest
medicine have
records of
hidden
dental
ways to do
medicine
that.
can be found in the ancient
They're only good at
civilizations
hiding
of
things, bro,
Mesopotamia,
and
Egypt,
selling you some
India,
drugs.
and China. About 5,000 years ago in Mesopotamia, doctors used tooth extraction techniques and paid attention to gum disease. Ancient Egypt used dentures made of precious metals, wood, and bone to replace lost teeth. Ancient India developed the first treatments for tooth decay, and China had procedures for mending teeth using wire and other materials. Middle Ages and Renaissance. During the Middle Ages, dentistry was not a separate science and dental treatment was based more on folk superstition and primitive methods. However, during the Renaissance period, doctors and scientists began to study the anatomy of the mouth and teeth more systematically. In the 20th century, dentistry became more specialized and innovative. In the 1950s, new materials for fillings and dentures, such as composite resins and ceramics, were developed.
Very irritating though,
X-rays
bro.
became common, allowing dentists to detect problems inside the mouth. In the following decades, dentistry continued to evolve, introducing new technologies such as lasers, computed tomography, and digital
No.
dentistry. However, despite
What an
all
AI
these
generated
advances,
video, bro.
there is one area that has permanent teeth. But there is good news. Recent
Drugs,
research has shown that a Japanese
chemicals,
research
chemical
team is
drugs,
making
processed
progress in
drugs,
developing
yeah,
a
lab coats,
groundbreaking drug that
white
can allow
lab
people
coats
to
and
grow new
clowns.
teeth. There are living organisms in
Acting
nature that
and
can
pretending
regrow
to do
damaged
some
body
important
parts.
stuff.
Sharks and other animals have the amazing ability to grow new teeth throughout their
You know
lives.
what they did with
This
Tariq
process, known
Al-Biali?
as
I contacted him, and he gave me a reply saying, please talk to my supervisor and this and that, and he's disappeared since 2012. Like, he's nowhere to be found. Try contacting him, Alberta, Canada. Try contacting him and ask him what's up with his ultrasound, like low intensity pulsed therapy, and what's his update. He saw the patients, right? He saw them grow their teeth. Man, so many times I've watched that video, bro. Come on.
polyphyodontia, allows them to constantly renew their teeth and maintain their digestive efficiency. A shark's teeth are arranged in multiple rows, and each row is a set of teeth ready to be used.
I'm going
When
to
a
eat
shark
shark
loses a
meat.
tooth,
I'm going to
a
eat
new
raw
tooth
shark
begins
meat.
to
Let's
form
see
in the
where I
tooth
can
gap
get it.
under the old tooth. It then gradually
there any
shifts
shark
forward,
farms?
replacing the lost tooth. This process continues throughout a shark's life, allowing them to always have a complete and functional set of teeth. It is also worth noting that shark teeth have a special structure that promotes their rapid growth and replacement. Besides sharks, some animals also have the ability to grow new teeth. For example, crocodiles, alligators, and some species of lizards have the remarkable ability to replace lost teeth. They exhibit polyphyodontia, similar to that seen in sharks. So why do humans only replace their teeth once, unlike sharks and other animal species? The complexity of tooth structure is due to diet. For example, animals that eat bamboo have complex teeth. Giant pandas and some species of lemurs that eat bamboo have back teeth with many sharp bumps for chewing and crushing hard food. There are other examples of animals with unusual tooth structures. For example, piranhas have teeth that fuse together to form a sharp blade, allowing them to retain 3 healthy teeth and use them while waiting for new ones to grow. And manatees continuously
do
grow
this
new
for
teeth
4
in place of
weeks.
their lost back teeth
I have to
throughout
do it
their
for
lives.
more. I have
Other
to do it
animals
for
never
months,
change their teeth,
maybe
but they
years.
are constantly growing. Such species include the Madagascar polecat and some rodents, including rats and mice. It may seem that compared to other animals, humans are not very lucky to have only one set of permanent teeth for most of their lives. However, that doesn't mean that our development has stopped. Experts say that it is becoming increasingly rare for humans to have wisdom teeth, the third molars that grow when we are young and our jaw is fully formed. People have not given up on solving the problem of new teeth, so in 2002, British scientists achieved a breakthrough by growing almost whole teeth from individual cells. They used dental pulp initiator cells, which developed into enamel, dentin, and pulp. However, the teeth proved to be fragile because of the difficulty in creating the ideal structure and connection between the tissues. Despite this, the study
need to
showed the
protect my
potential of
ears,
stem
man.
cells and tissue engineering in regenerative dentistry. Japanese scientists then continued the research in 2007 and were able to grow nearly full-fledged new teeth in mice. However, the teeth had no root, which limited their functionality. In 2009, scientists were able to grow full-fledged teeth for mice using stem cells. A major accomplishment was growing a tooth root, which had previously been a challenge.
But how did they do that?
Grown teeth turned out to be slightly smaller in size compared to natural teeth. In 2013,
I take it.
Chinese scientists managed to grow human teeth in mice using stem cells derived from urine. This experiment confirmed the potential of using human stem cells to grow teeth. In 2015, scientists were able to grow a new young tooth in place of an old one in an empty alveolus. They created a tooth skeleton from natural materials and grew a new tooth in it using stem cells and a growth stimulator in just 2 months. This demonstrated that it was possible to effectively restore teeth in place of lost ones. In 2017, scientists were able to stimulate stem cell division in mice using the substance tiglicib, which is used to fight neurodegenerative
Now the head is
diseases.
getting hot.
This method allowed the development of stem cells to be guided along a path that forms dentin, the base of the tooth. In 2000, called USAG1, synthesized by this gene, limited tooth growth. In other words, blocking the action of this protein could allow more teeth to grow.
I don't believe in this
Takahashi's
gene
research group focused
chromosome
on
therapies, man.
USAG1 and developed a neutralizing antibody capable of blocking the protein's
I
function.
don't believe in all this.
Experiments conducted in 2018.
How do they know it's
mice
exactly
with
that gene?
congenitally low numbers of teeth were given a drug that resulted in new teeth. Work is currently underway to prepare the drug for
What they do is they just do a shotgun approach with some drugs and chemicals, man. It's a shotgun approach, like Russian roulette kind of. Oh, like whichever works, whichever hits the center of the dart will try, and it's always some drug that they keep
for
doing.
human use. Once
And they try it on like thousands and millions of rats and squirrels and
confirmed to
whatnot.
have no harmful effects on humans, it will be intended to treat children between the ages of 2 and 6 with anodontia. We hope to set the stage for clinical application of the drug, Takahashi said. About 1% of the population has
That's getting
reverse
really hot.
anodontia, hyperdontia, a congenital condition in which the number of teeth is greater than normal. According to research conducted by Takahashi's group, 1 in 3 cases has the growth of a third set of teeth. Takahashi believes
It
that in
stopped
most
my
cases,
pain.
the ability
I
of a
think
person
so.
to grow a third row of teeth has been
It
lost over
temporarily
time.
stopped
When the
my
researchers
pain, I
applied
think
the
so.
drug to ferrets, they grew an additional
It is
7th
possible.
front tooth.
It is
Because the new
possible.
teeth grew between the existing front teeth and had the same shape, it is believed that the drug caused the
Joking.
animals to form a third tooth row. When dental treatment becomes impossible due to severe decay or erosion of
Oh
the tooth
my
sockets,
God.
known as pyorrhea,
This is the
people
worst
lose their
thing.
teeth and are forced to rely on dental devices
the
such
worst
as
thing
dentures. The ability to
ever.
grow third-generation teeth could make a difference. As Takahashi said, in any case, we hope that there will
Takahashi,
come a
who
time
is
when a
this
cure for
AI-generated
growing teeth will be the
scientist?
third choice along with dentures and implants. The drug could be revolutionary. If the tooth regeneration drug proves successful, it could be a game changer for all of
Was it just
dentistry.
placebo
With the use
effect
of
because
advanced
the head
techniques
was
and new
hot
discoveries in
and the
science,
hot
we can believe that the
feeling was
future of
good?
dental medicine is on the cusp
Hey,
of a
but
whole new era.
some
where
effect is
healthy
better than
and
no
beautiful
effect,
teeth
right?
will become available to everyone, restoring not only their confidence in health, but also a new standard of living.
As soon as they figure out how to sell you a drug, it will be available to everyone. The dark rise of a disturbing faith. Road to regrowing teeth.
iPS cells, or induced pluripotent stem cells, have the potential to be one of the most revolutionary discoveries of the 21st century, with far-reaching implications for humans and animals alike. As you may have learned in school, stem cells are those cells that can take the role of any other cell in the body due to their primitive nature. But they are not without their controversy, and making them is a very difficult task. iPS cells are the next evolution in that technology, wherein ordinary cells such as skin cells or even gingiva cells can be rolled back to their embryonic state. This gives the cell a blank state to work with, theoretically being able to grow into any cell in the body. This technology was actually pioneered right here in Japan. I recently met with Dr. Hiroshi Egusa and talked a little bit about this technology and how he is applying it.
Tohoku University, Japan. I'm going there. How many? 2 years ago, right? I'm going there definitely 100%. Which is the Tohoku University, Japan.
Bone regeneration.
I'm going there, man. Okay. Damn. I have to learn all that. Where'd the volume go? Did YouTube mute this?
I am here with
Yeah, it was
Hiroshi
muted.
Egusa,
Or it was...
focusing mostly on bone and tooth iPS cell regeneration. So, Dr. Egusa, can you introduce us to yourself, your research, and iPS technology?
Okay, I'm Hiroshi Egusa, professor in Tohoku University Graduate School of Dentistry. I was born in Hiroshima and I graduated from Hiroshima University and to get a dental license, and I spent 4 years in Hiroshima University to get a PhD. During that period, I also studied in Hong Kong University to study about the oral immunology and microbiology. Then after I get a PhD, I moved to the United States, UCLA, worked as a postdoc, involved in the basic
Postdoc.
research, like stem cells. Then I got a position, assistant professor position in Osaka University, then spent 10 years to have my own research group to develop many stem cells technologies, including the iPS cells.
I really want to get into stem cell research,
derived
man.
from the oral tissue.
How do I get into stem
Then
cell?
I
But I don't want to be funded by some
position in
big
Tohoku
pharma,
University here,
stupid
about
nonsense
7 years
company.
ago.
I want to do independent
That's my
research.
career.
Amazing, amazing.
Thank you.
Oh,
So,
Damn.
Egusa-san, why did you start this research? What was the inspiration for it?
私がiPS 細胞や再生医療の研究を始めるようになったきっかけですけれども、 免許を取ってから歯科医師として、歯がなくなったところに入れ歯で歯を作ろう、歯茎や骨を、人工物で作ろうっていうそういったことを習うんですけども、ただそれは人工物なんですね。プラスチック樹脂のようなものの。でもなんとか自分の体でこう治せたらそっちの方がベターじゃないかっていうことをずっと思ってまして、そういったことは大学でも習ってこなかったので、じゃあ今からの科学技術でなんとかならないのかなって思い始めたのが、私が再生医療を始めたきっかけとなります。
So what makes bone regeneration so difficult, and how can iPSC mitigate this? How does it work?
はい、骨の再生が難しいのは、特に口の中の骨の再生は難しいって言われてます。その理由は少し難しくなるんですけれども、口の中っていうのは多分にバクテリアがたくさんいますから感染しやすいっていうこともありますし、失っている場所は小さいんですけれども、その粘膜ですね、ミューコーサが上にかぶっているので、そのかぶっているミューコーサが力でこう押し付けたりしてなかなか治りにくいとかっていう環境があって、口の中の骨はそんなに簡単には治りにくいっていうことがあります。ですので今までの我々の技術では人工的に作ったアーティフィシャルな骨を入れたりしてたんですけども、なかなかよく治らないっていう現実がありました。でももし iPS 細胞を使えば、iPS 細胞は何にでもなれる細胞ですので、骨になることができます。骨になって骨がないところの骨を治す力を持った細胞として積極的によりよく骨を作るっていうのが iPS 細胞を使った骨を作るメリットだと思います。もちろん様々なクリアしないといけないハードルがたくさんあるんですけれども、コンセプトとしては人工的な骨の塊よりも生きた細胞で骨の塊を入れた方がよく治るんじゃないのかっていうコンセプトのもと研究開発が進んでいるわけです。
One risk of iPS cells is tumorigenesis, or rather, the cells become malignant or cancerous, leading to the growth of tumors. Dr. Agusa is researching ways to prevent this tumorigenesis from happening, and one of his ways is to freeze dry the cells. Freeze drying essentially kills a cell. It might sound counterintuitive, but cancer cannot grow with dead cells.
First technology is make a bone from the living iPS cells.
Right.
Just a living cells, so that has a powerful regenerative ability to aggressively make a bone. But it's very difficult to control because they easily to become a tumor cells.
So you're doing it without the tumorigenesis.
Yes.
Right.
So that the big hurdle to use iPS cell is how to eliminate the possibility of the making tumor formation. So that's why I thought, okay, living cell may form a tumor. So why don't we just freeze dry to kill all the cells of the iPS cells, but still the bone substance remain after the freeze drying, so that we can use that the remaining bone substrate as an artificial bone material.
Right.
That's my concept.
Right. That's very interesting. Very interesting.
Thank you.
That was a very good explanation, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
こちらに今 iPS 細胞から作った骨補填剤の試作品が入っております。ちょっと詳しいところまでお見せできないんですけれども、このように iPS 細胞から作った骨の塊が凍結乾燥することによって骨を作る材料のようなものになったところです。はい。
So you continued your research within the innovation program in 2019. Can you tell us a little bit about your challenge within the disruptive challenge?
Okay. イノベーションで挑戦したのは、腫瘍、チューモアを作らないようにして骨を iPS 細胞から作るというテーマでやりました。最初は生きた iPS 細胞を使ってチューモアにならないようなお薬のようなものを使って何とかしようとしたんですけども、少しうまくいかなかった。手間とお金がかかるっていうことで、それで先ほど言ったフリーズドライして細胞を全部死滅化させてものとして骨を作るというプロジェクトに変えていきました。で変えていって、それでもやっぱりハードルがたくさんあって、もっといいものを作ろうっていうところで、その iPS 細胞自体を遺伝子的に少し変化をさせたりして、もっとパワフルなものを作ろうというところをチャレンジしていきました。決してうまくいったわけではございません。多分に失敗ばっかりしてますけれども、その中の10あれば1つあるようなうまくいったところをつなぎながら今につなげているといったところになります。
Have you put much thought into a timeline of application of your bone regeneration technology?
はい。今研究をまだ基礎研究の段階です。で、幸いイノベーションさんに一緒にやらせていただいた後に、国からの公的資金であったりっていうプロジェクトにも採択されて、今そこでなんとか実用化アプリケーションに向けて進めているところです。まだまだ動物実験やその後に治験ですね、人を使った臨床研究も必要ですので、確実なことは言えませんけれども10年以内には出したい、早ければ7年以内、そういったところを目指して今やっております。
Just in time for my teeth when I lose them. So what are your development plans for the future, and what do you want to tell the world with this amazing technology?
Tell the world? That's a big question. Okay. 技術ですね。私は歯科医師ですから、まずは患者さんに対して骨があったらインプラントがうまくできる、よく噛めるようになるとか、そういったところを目指してますけども、技術が広がっていけば体中他の骨のところも治せるようになりますし、その技術を持って、患者様が幸せになってくれるっていうところがとてもゴールになってますし、でもそれだけじゃなくって研究者としてはそんなに簡単にそこまでいくわけないことも分かってますし、チャレンジしてで失敗して、でもそこをチームでみんなでいろいろ考えて、でまたチャレンジしてっていうこのステップ自体が私すごく大事だと思ってて、これをチームで繰り返すことによってそういう人たちがまた増えてきて、また次の世代につながって、そういう人たちが多分世界を少しずつ新しいものを作ろうっていうふうに変えてくれるかなっていうふうなところがせいぜいできるところかなとmy humble opinion.
Well, it's definitely correct though. In terms of any kind of research, you should always be trying new things and just take your mistakes and apply that into your research and continue doing that and hopefully
okay, got it. It has got it.
IPSL technology, but also a wide variety of technologies. It's a very good message.
Ultrasound has been used in medicine and surgical operations.
And that is all about IPS cells today. I really enjoyed sitting down with Dr.
Daily for a period of 3 weeks
learning more about his technology and his research.
Intensity with 30 to 50 mW per centimeter square.
Okay,
Okay, I can do that. A recent clinical study.
Thank you very much for watching today's video. We have so many great videos coming up soon, and I'm really excited to show you some of the technologies that were born with our innovators.
The Weintraub Center for Reconstructive Biotechnology recognizes Hiroshi Egusa and billiard table hopping, as well as his expert leadership for gene pruning and silent pressure. Now that's a great award. Well, let's go and play some billiards.
PT and Gemini are so unbelievably stupid, man. 2-3 generation.
Imagine you had 38 days to do whatever you wanted. You could take that time to learn a new
Another
skill,
drug selling.
go to the beach and relax, or even travel the world if you're feeling adventurous. While that's plenty of time to do all of those things, it's also the amount of time the average American spends brushing their teeth in their lifetime. Be extracted and replace Americans as canines, the dental lamina fragments, and then teeth differentiate into new teeth. The developing teeth are attached to dense fibrous connective tissue. It is this tissue that slowly runs the epithelial conveyor belt, allowing the teeth to move towards the anterior surface of the jaw
For
as
tooth
it
movement.
matures. One of the main reasons why humans can't continuously regenerate new teeth like sharks is because the stem cells within the human dental lamina fragment following tooth replacement, preventing any more new teeth from being formed. Although limited to only 2 sets of teeth in a lifetime, that hasn't stopped humans from exploring the possibility of engineering new teeth. The constantly tooth-generating sharks have inspired scientists to compare their dental lamina to that of humans, which revealed that the two actually share a common set of genes that govern tooth generation. These genes make proteins, Ki67 and PCNA, which are typically present in high quantities in cells that undergo active proliferation.
I'm going to argue with
As such,
ChatGPT,
these
Gemini for a
proteins are
while.
found in high quantities in the dental lamina of sharks. Interestingly, the dental lamina rests in humans also have a small presence of these proteins, showing that these tissues indeed contain a small amount of proliferating cells. The dental lamina of sharks and humans also express a number of common stem cell markers, which further suggests that the human dental lamina rests might still possess a capacity for tooth generation. Further work in understanding the tooth generation of sharks could possibly reveal more pathways that could be present or absent in humans and provide a key for recovering the long-lost regenerative potential of the human dental lamina. This is certainly an exciting prospect for future dental therapies, as
Randomization,
natural
last
tooth
device.
replacement can have several benefits over
Okay,
current
here's
dental
the kicker.
implants.
Let's see what Gemini has to say
Stem
about
cell
this.
therapies could be less expensive.
What do you
and
say
less
about this,
invasive.
Gemini?
Current dental implants are titanium screws that are fixed into the jaw with a fake tooth being connected to the top. And as such, these procedures can have complications and may not always be able to be
Tooth
performed
roots.
on people depending on the extent of their dental trauma. If stem cell technologies yield promising results in the future, they may serve as
Should
reliable
proper transfer
alternatives
through
to
the
dental
gums.
implants. But for now, maybe those 38 days are a worthwhile sacrifice to keep your oral hygiene in
1.5.
check.
So mine is, so I had looked this up. The lower this frequency, the deeper it penetrates. That's what I had found out. So mine is 1 Mhz said. Should be deeper, right? According to the logic. 24 weeks or until extraction space closure. 20 minutes per day. Okay. This is the oral ultrasound. Oh damn, they literally have a mouthpiece that fits inside the 20 minutes. Intervention. Let's see what Gemini has to say about this. It's just the intervention, okay. Outcomes assessment. Tipping dog. Okay. This seems very complicated, but let's try one thing at a time. Root resorption using CBT on same canine secondary outcome. Let's see the primary outcome. Subject compliance. Duration of the trial was the minimum oxygen allowance in any visit. Primary outcome, yeah? Let's see. Primary outcome. Tooth movement. Okay. Results. Result. Tooth movement. Root reabsorption analysis. What does this mean, bro? Root resorption. 6 subjects. This study doesn't say anything about discussion. Best of our knowledge. Conflicts of interests. No. Daily use of Hagen speed orthogonal can read about Tariq Albi aliens. See. Let's see. Let's see. Only 20 minutes a day. I found this. Let's see what Gemini says about this. Go through it. Discusses a new technology. Oh my god, how much, bro? How much? And its potential to access orthodontic tooth movement. So split. Receive lipus on one side, standard treatment on the other. Wow, that is insane. It's the same study. Which is still under the tooth regeneration. Regrowth is more experimental, success. It's important to consult with a qualified dentist. Patient need only apply the topically. Where is the... There needs to be a study. Has anyone? CBC News has covered this article. CBC. Let's see what Gemini has to say about this. This means for you. Wow, okay. There's a promise, biomaterials and stem cells. Yeah, they want to sell you all these $1 million treatments, right? That's the long-term goal, research goal. Consult a qualified dentist for information on current orthodontic treatments. Be aware. Be aware. Beware. Don't go for methods that are cheap and easy. Both articles deal with tooth-related treatments. Engineering new tooth structures helps manage expectations. Yeah, don't expect to get cured freely. Please don't. Then how will my overlords make money? How will they profit from your desperation and bad health? How else will they profit? They disappeared Albi Ali, man. Albi Ali, Tarek Albi. They disappeared him. Everybody was talking about him for every single year since the year 2008. Everybody has been talking about him in some corners of the even Reddit. And yeah, he's just nowhere. And some trash like bloody useless discussions about liminal spaces and some SPC conspiracies about cryptids and skinwalkers will be endlessly be discussed. You know, the dark side of Reddit and this and that will be like discussed, and you know, there'll be like detectives and sleuths, internet sleuths, wannabe detectives on it trying to solve cases and like LARPing as somebody who's important. And yeah, but something as important as regenerating new teeth and fixing your whole life. You know, no, not even three comments. And the two comments all say the same thing, that he's disappeared. They disappeared him, man. 2008, 2006. See Tarek Albiali, 2006, bro. It's been 15. How many years? 18 years. 18 years. 18 years since this guy has been desperately trying to get this technology out. Oh my god, can you believe that? Ultrasound may help regrow teeth. Oh, let's confirm you are human. Wow! Which bot, which AI bot is trying to access your sciencedaily.com, bro? What do you even have that is useful? AI overview in Brave browser is telling me 2003. Wow, it's been 21 years. Oh my god, it's unbelievable. The World Federation of Hope, 21 years, guys, can you believe it? In the last 21 years, how much trash have you consumed? That is just pure garbage and nonsense in the media, in the news. And there's an emergency and the whole world is shut down because of some invisible unicorn pixie dust in the air that you have to wear face diapers. But no, this guy has been trying to literally improve everybody's life. Since 21 years, can you believe his life? Uh, Spending 21 years on your work with no outcome, with no fruitless, vain attempt. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Is this thing clearing my sinuses? Maybe. Dental pulp cells, which can promote the formation of regenerative dentin and make teeth more viable and low power can encourage dental tissue growth. Smaller ultrasound carrier. What do you think? Should I start working on it? I'll start a company with stem cells and ultrasound. Please encourage me, somebody. I need some motivation on medicine. Oh, stop it, man. I'm going to make Gemini read it. Say it out loud.
The blog post you linked provides an interesting perspective.
Why is it Indian?
Sound for
Just
dental
because I'm so racist, bro. Gemini, you're so racist.
repair and regeneration of teeth. Here's how it connects to the previous discussions we had. LIPUS and tooth movement. The previous study focused on LIPUS, low-intensity pulsed ultrasound, to accelerate orthodontic tooth movement, not directly repairing or regenerating teeth. Ultrasound for regeneration. The blog post highlights research on using ultrasound to stimulate stem cells within
the jaw, yes.
potentially promoting tooth regeneration. This aligns with the concept discussed in the CBC article. Key points. LIPUS and ultrasound for regeneration are different applications of the technology. The blog post discusses research similar to the CBC article, focusing on tooth regeneration. Both approaches are in the developmental stage. LIPUS needs more research for long-term effects and widespread use in orthodontics. Ultrasound-stimulated regeneration is a promising but long-term goal. Overall, LIPUS might be a future option for faster orthodontic treatments. Complete tooth regeneration using ultrasound and stem cells is a developing field with exciting possibilities but may take a while to become a reality. Recommendations. Consult a dentist for information on current orthodontic options. Be aware that complete tooth regeneration through ultrasound is still under development. Additional notes. The blog post emphasizes the potential of ultrasound to improve the viability and longevity of teeth, which could be a future area of exploration alongside movement and regeneration. I hope this comprehensive analysis helps you understand the different applications of ultrasound in dentistry and their current stage of development. Remember, consulting a dentist is always the best course of action for personalized advice on dental treatments.
Okay, I'm gonna ask him some. Wow, it just said yes.
Yes, 0.1 W per square centimeter is a common intensity used for LIPUS, low-intensity pulsed ultrasound, treatments. This intensity
Wow,
range
it
falls
just
within the
agreed.
recommended parameters for various therapeutic applications, including bone and cartilage repair. However, it's important to note that the optimal intensity can vary depending on factors such as specific condition, the severity of the injury or condition being treated. Patient response. Individual patients may respond differently to LIPUs. Device specifications. Different LIPUS devices may have varying intensity settings and output capabilities. Always consult with a healthcare professional to determine the appropriate intensity for your specific needs. They can assess your condition,
Okay,
recommend a
always,
suitable
yeah, always
treatment
go to a
plan,
drug
and
dealer.
monitor your
Yeah,
progress.
always go to a drug dealer. Eat this, repair stem cells.
When you and I were growing up, right, in grade school, we
So I actually have some diet and nutrition experience and studies, and let's see what they
learned from
say.
our teachers that starfish can regenerate, salamanders can
Yep,
regenerate.
that's what I was
people
talking
can't
about.
regenerate,
Yeah.
right?
Can't grow a
Wrong.
new arm.
Let's see what this
It's
guy
true,
says.
you can't grow a new arm, but we do regenerate. We
Yeah.
regenerate every day.
Hi, I'm
Ah.
Hannah Perowit, one of the producers of the
Tell us
Doctor's
how.
podcast. We are
What
constantly
family?
learning new things about
I
the
don't
way
want
food and nutrients impact
Pharmacy.
the body.
My God,
In
it's
this
a
mini
drug
episode
dealing.
of the podcast,
It's another
Dr. Howard
huge
speaks with
advertisement for a
world-renowned
drug.
physician, scientist, and author Dr. William Lee about activating the body's stem cells with food
With
to enhance
food, let's
its
see what food he
regenerative
promotes.
abilities.
If he says
I don't think something
plants and vegetables, then it's gone,
that
man.
you can
You're too far gone.
activate your own stem cells. That there's
Yeah.
things you do in your life that you can screw up your stem cells. And what are stem cells anyway? What do they do? And how do we understand how to stop hurting them and start helping them?
Yeah, well, stem cells are really simple. We're made of stem cells. So when our moms and dads got together and created, us in the womb,
Okay, we get it.
we started out as stem cells. They actually made every single organ,
egg
every
and a
cell.
sperm.
An egg and a sperm got together, and they basically decided they would become a stem cell factory. And then pretty much we formed out of our own stem cells. And after we were born, a few of those stem cells stuck around. About 700,000 of them. They stick around, and they're mostly in our bone marrow, and they're in lining of our intestines. They hide out in our body, and they help us regenerate. We know that we regenerate because our hair falls out and grows back. Our gut lining
No,
grows
it
back. Our
doesn't
livers
grow
can
back
grow
for
back. If
some,
you actually
bro.
remove part of your liver, it'll grow back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that
Our
is.
skin grows back, so our bodies possess the ability to regenerate through stem cells. Now, what can injure stem cells? High
Stress.
doses of alcohol
Alco-
can
okay.
damage and blunt your stem cells.
So I'm okay with the one tequila I had last night?
Having a tequila every now and then is not bad. Having a glass of wine, but it's the thing is on balance. What you want to do is people who drink a lot.
Okay,
have damaged
yeah, that's
stem cells.
just
Diabetes is another state, a metabolic state that it really impairs, it cripples our stem cells.
Sugar.
They don't even know what
High
diabetes
blood
is.
sugar cripples
High
our
blood
stem
sugar.
cells. So the excess
The same garbage
can be harmful,
repeated by
including to our
doctors.
stem cells. So what are the things that we can do to help boost our stem cells? This is where it's really become interesting. Before I talk about that, though, let me
Does
just tell you,
stress affect your stem cells?
stress can definitely affect our stem cells. High stress will blunt the activity of our stem cells. It's just like stunning them. So they're like, wait a minute, what do I do now? Maybe I'm not going to be so enthusiastic in rebuilding our organs. We got to rebuild our blood vessels. We got to rebuild our hearts. Our hearts turn around. Like we actually have stem cells in our hearts and our brains and regrow our nerves. Every single day, something in our body is regenerating. Actually, a lot of things are regenerating. But more exciting to me is the ability for every single person listening to this podcast to be able to actually enhance their own stem cells. And here's the research. So the Mediterranean diet a study by Spain looked at elderly people on the Mediterranean diet, and those who were on a Mediterranean diet compared to not on a Mediterranean diet had 5 times the number of stem cells in their circulation, in their bloodstream.
Amazing.
So again, it's not one magic food, it's the pattern of food that you're actually eating. Now, when you can actually do the research on specific things as well. So for example, tea. Green tea will increase your stem cells, but guess what? So can black tea, right?
Oh
so
my
here's what the
God,
surprise
these
is.
people are
Japanese live
so
forever.
far gone, man.
Longevity. All the
These people are way too
tea.
gone. There's no redeeming. There's no redeeming. If you see this anywhere, there is no redemption.
People in Asia drink a lot of tea. People in Britain drink a lot of tea as well.
Yeah.
We used to say green tea is good, black tea is fermented, so it's not.
This is like the most far away you can get from the scientific method. It's all riddled with fallacies everywhere, just fallacies.
Gonna be that good for you. We're changing our minds. We have to keep our minds open. Black tea can
Open
also
mind
double the
fallacy.
number of stem cells. And then here's another kind of surprise and delight is that there was a study by UCSF in San Francisco where researchers took people with known cardiovascular disease, so they had kind of crappy blood flow, and they gave them hot chocolate.
Yeah, I was going to say the chocolate stem cell story. I want to hear about
It's amazing,
that.
right? So
Chocolate and all that is
the chocolate,
a toxin.
the higher the flavanols. These are the bioactives that are
If it is
naturally
raw
present in
cocoa,
cacao.
then okay.
And there was a study
These
done.
are the food as medicine.
This is the food as
There are
medicine
literally
chemical.
these chemicals in food called phytochemicals or phytonutrients that actually have these medicinal properties. What you're talking
They are made by Mother Nature. They're packed in the food, growing on the plant, and every plant-based food will actually have some type of bioactive. So, in cacao, which is a bean, which then you process to actually get kind of the cocoa powder. If you take the really dark chocolate, like 73% cacao, the really dark chocolate, and you make it into a high flavanol hot chocolate drink, and you have it twice
You're
a day.
burning
which is
it
a clinical
all
study.
away.
They found in people who wound up actually having drinking the hot chocolate twice a day over the course of
These
a
people
month,
are too far
they
gone,
doubled the
man.
number of stem cells compared to the people who didn't drink
Unbelievable.
hot chocolate, right? And so, so the question is that
You're very
important?
stupid.
Imagine you had 38 days to do whatever you wanted.
Hi, Medina here, and welcome back to Stem Cell Talks. Today we want to update you on some exciting news in tooth regeneration technology using stem cells. Now, as you may remember from our blogs, we've discussed several studies that have used dental mesenchymal stem cells, but if you have not, here are some of the most prominent ones. Researchers at Tufts University School of Dental Medicine have been using human dental stem cells to regrow teeth. Now, this method involves placing stem cells in a gel scaffold to grow tooth buds that resemble the buds that children normally have below their deciduous teeth, also known as baby teeth. The stem cell grown buds are then implanted into the jawbone where they grow into fully fledged adult teeth. This technique has been successfully tested in pigs. A similar study was conducted in Japan using epithelial and dental stem cells.
5 years ago.
Not only grow the tooth bud, but also
5 years ago, bro. And how much time did they require for the FDA to approve an experimental injection to be forced upon the general population? Less than 5 months?
also these supporting tissues. In this particular study, the teeth grew from buds into fully fledged teeth in just 5 months.
What?
Additional tests confirmed that the regrown teeth responded to orthodontic forces the same way a normal tooth would.
What?
This technique was successfully tested in canines. In a recent human study conducted at the University of Pennsylvania, stem cells from deciduous teeth have restored damaged, permanent teeth. Now, as is often the case, children injure their teeth by chipping them, and the subsequent damage becomes significant over time as the tooth can become discolored, lose sensation, and eventually require extraction. Researchers used dental pulp stem cells from healthy deciduous teeth and seeded them into the damaged tooth, which had already lost sensation. In long-term follow-ups, the researchers noticed both a return of sensation in the damaged tooth and dentin regeneration.
What?
Additionally, the stem cells used were the patient's own stem cells, which eliminated the risk of rejection entirely. Stem cells in regenerative medicine are on the cusp of revolutionizing dentistry and innovating the standard of care with replacing artificial solutions with
So you just like take something out from here and inject it in the empty spot.
model organisms that are more physiological
Is this magic?
than humans, and the human trials predict where medicine will be heading in the near future. These treatments are also
In the near future, it's been 5 years.
by using autologous stem cells and highlight the pertinence of stem cell banking.
This is why I've titled this podcast
Extending health spans that
podcast.
the youth of today can expect.
Real life is not cyberpunk.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like us and to subscribe, and we'll see you again soon.
Explainer.
The world's first human trial of a drug that can regenerate teeth will begin in a
Oh
few
my
months,
God, drugs,
less than a
drugs.
year on from news of its success in animals. This paves the way for the medicine to be commercially available as early as 2030. The trial, which will take place at Kyoto University Hospital from September to
Kyoto.
August 2025, will treat 30 males aged 30-64 who are missing at least one molar. The intravenous treatment will be tested for its efficacy on human dentition. After it successfully grew new teeth in ferret and mouse
I've got
models with
you
no
want to see
significant
my
side
teeth
effects.
mold?
We
I
want to do
broke
something to
one
help
part
those
of
who are
it,
suffering
but
from tooth
the
loss
other
or
one is-
absence, said lead researcher Katsu Takahashi, head of dentistry and oral surgery at Kitano Hospital. While there has been no treatment to date providing a permanent cure, we feel that people's expectations for tooth growth are high. Following this 11-month first stage, the researchers will then trial the drug on patients aged 2 to 7 who are
Ugh.
missing at least 4 teeth due to congenital tooth deficiency, which is estimated to affect 1% of people. The team is recruiting for this phase IA trial now. Researchers are then looking at expanding the trial to those with partial edentulism, or people missing 1 to 5 permanent teeth due to environmental factors. The incidence of this varies from country to country, but it's estimated around 5% of Americans are missing teeth, with a much higher incidence among older adults. The medicine itself
I'm missing 2 teeth, one here
gene 1
and one here. I'm missing.
which suppresses
There's 7 here and 7 there to this
in
side.
2023.
Very sad.
SOG1's interaction with other proteins
My capacity of breathing and functioning has been
which triggers new
reduced to reduced by 1/8.
emerging in the mouths of mice and ferrets, species
remove
that share
4 teeth
close to
from
the same
32, that's
SOG1
1/8
properties as humans.
teeth
The
removed.
SOG1 protein has a
So
high
my
amino
entire
acid
body's
homology of
functionality has been reduced by
97%
that
between
much.
different animal species, including humans, mice, and beagles, the researchers noted. However, there's no word on a beagle trial just yet. Molecular biologist and dentist Takahashi has been working on tooth regeneration since 2005, and hopes this treatment won't just be for congenital dental conditions but for anyone who has lost teeth at any age. Subscribe for more videos like this.
Selling your soul to Satan. Why am I getting suggested all these schizo shit, dude? Remineralization. Grow back.
Hi, this is Dr. Vivek. In this video, I'll be sharing with you a very, you can say minutes of the for the olive oil. But the best for our gums.
The world's first human trial of a drug that can regenerate teeth will begin in a few months, less than a year on from news of its success in animals. This paves the way for the medicine to be commercially available as early as
Looking
2030.
worse.
The trial, which will take place at Kyoto University Hospital from September to August 2025, will treat 30 males aged 30-64 who are missing at least one molar.
2030.
Intravenous
All right, this is pretty cool. Something I'm sure is going to put
Yeah,
a smile on a lot of
2030.
people's faces. This is literally a drug to help regrow teeth is about to start human trials. Japanese
I'll be
researchers
40 years
are gonna
old,
be using
man.
this drug
Come
on 30
on.
men who are missing at least one molar. The IV treatment suppresses a protein which prevents teeth from regrowing. They've tested it on rats and ferrets. They found
This
no
is the only reason why they disappeared Tariq Albiaili, so that he shouldn't be continuing his research and this drug gets pushed
Almost 40
everywhere.
million Americans have no teeth at all.
Push the
Joining us
drug,
now,
push the
Dr. Joe
drug, push it,
Williamson,
push
a
it, push it.
reconstructive and cosmetic dentist. Good morning to you. Is this a game changer?
It absolutely is. We've been asked
Money. It's absolutely a game changer for us to make a lot of money.
now it's starting to finally come to light.
Finally, we're going to get that money. That drug money.
Even further.
That blood money.
Like you said, there's so many people missing teeth, whether it's from medications or bone loss or disease. This really changes the way that we as dentists will look at how we do dentistry.
Tell me a little bit, Dr. Willardson, about the science behind it, how we got to this point, and how soon we are from this being available.
Sure. The thing about it is we'd always heard in the industry that teeth are going to be regrown. We really have not known how, whether it was going to be stem cells, whether it was going to be monoclonal antibodies. And I think this will be
ultrasound.
Many types of treatment along the way. So as the scientists really narrow this down,
let's just check ultrasound studies for headache.
This just happens to be the first.
So the cost is going to be a question right off the bat for a lot of
I'd be
people.
this would be the perfect experiment for headache cure.
What might it cost?
Because I always have a headache.
So the way I look at it is, if we look at how we replace a tooth now with the dental implant, by the time you go through the process, a dental implant could be anywhere from $3,000 all the way up to $8,000 for a single tooth. So it also depends on why was the tooth lost.
Time to harass Gemini again.
We'll really have to get to the root of the problem.
Gemini harassment time.
Before we start making new teeth, because we just don't want the patient to go through this dental cycle of having to grow teeth over and over again. So I think the cost is probably going to be similar to what it costs now. I really have, that's to be determined. But the other thing that we also have to take into consideration is when someone loses a tooth, there's bone loss. When the tooth is lost, the teeth start to shift around.
Oh, exactly. So you hear what he's saying?
What will happen?
Did you hear what he said? Bone loss. That's the biggest F up, bro. That will F up your whole life. It's going to reduce. It's going to shrink. It's going to shrink. And then you can't breathe. You can't breathe. Like, the more teeth, the less teeth you have, the less you're breathing than natural. Like,
happen is we'll have to figure out new ways to grow bone and better ways to even move the teeth. So in order to prepare a patient to get a new tooth, we're going to have to make some changes along the way. It's kind of funny, necessity is the mother of invention. So as we're able to grow new teeth, new developments in dentistry will happen as well to take
nerve damage, tissue damage,
And I guess it opens the door to what other bones might they be able to regrow outside of teeth. The possibilities could be endless with something like this. Are some people more susceptible to tooth loss over time? You talked about some of the causes, but I would imagine prevention and not getting to that point is key here.
Yeah, prevention certainly, but there's also some genetics. We have patients that come in that brush and floss regularly, but genetics also plays a role in bone loss. Alignment of the teeth, tooth decay, all of those things will need to be addressed in order to make sure that we can successfully treat these patients as we go into making them new teeth.
Yeah. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.
Then why the hell did you tell me that? If you can't provide studies, there may not be the long-term effects of I cannot pro. This guy's shitting bricks, bro. Gemini's shitting bricks right now. I cannot. Okay. What does root resorption mean? How much, bro? Non-stop. Gemini is begging me to visit a dentist, bro. They just disappear all the good dentists from existence, and this guy wants me to just go to a. Okay, now just tell me what this study is saying. Just tell me what this study is saying. Speak it out. Speak out. Speak out, bro. I'm too tired to read words, man. Reading is such an irritating. And how can I listen to...
The link you provided leads to a research article titled Pulsed Ultrasound for Promoting Spinal Fusion, a Systematic Review and Meta-Analysis, published in the International Journal of Surgery. This article is relevant to our discussion about LIPUS and the spine. Here's a breakdown of its key points. Focus. The study investigates the use of pulsed ultrasound, similar to LIPUS, for promoting spinal fusion, a surgical procedure where vertebrae are joined together. Methodology. It performs a systematic review and meta-analysis, meaning it analyzes data from multiple existing studies on the topic. Findings. The article suggests that pulsed ultrasound might be beneficial in promoting spinal fusion based on the reviewed studies.
What the hell does spinal
However,
fusion?
the authors also highlight limitations in the current research. Important considerations. Limited evidence.
What? What? In urology. What was the previous one? Spinal fusion. What the hell is this guy talking about, man? Obscure. The Hmm. 41.8 degrees Celsius. Let's see, let's see. Okay, cavitation. Let's see all the things that this guy have to say. Peripheral nerve regeneration. Let's see. Thought to be. But I doubt if Gemini can read all of that. Let's listen to some music. Say it out loud.
The text you provided discusses the various effects of LIPUS, low-intensity pulsed ultrasound, on biological tissues, including its ability to promote cell proliferation and differentiation. Here are the key points. Effects of LIPUS. Temperature rise.
LIPUS.
LIPUS can increase tissue temperature, which can have both thermal and non-thermal effects. Non-thermal effects. These include cavitation, acoustic streaming, and micromassage. Cell proliferation. LIPUS can stimulate cell proliferation by activating integrin receptors and ROC, SRC, ERK signaling pathways. Stem cell differentiation. LIPUS can promote the differentiation of mesenchymal stem cells into various cell types. Specific findings. Zhou et al., 2004, LIPUS promoted cell proliferation in fibroblasts by activating integrin receptors and the ROC, SRC, ERK signaling pathway. LV et al., 2013, LIPUS enhanced the viability and proliferation of iPSCs, NCSCs, and upregulated neural differentiation markers. LV et al., 2015, combined treatment with LIPUS and iPSCs, NCSCs promoted sciatic nerve regeneration in rats. Overall, the research suggests that LIPUS has the potential to promote tissue healing and regeneration by influencing various biological processes. However, further research is needed to fully understand the mechanisms involved and to optimize its application for specific conditions. It's important to note that LIPUS should be used under the guidance of a healthcare professional. The appropriate intensity, duration, and application technique can vary depending on the specific condition.
Absolutely not. Ha 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 ha. Wow. Okay. Hmm. Okay, here's more. Here's more. In 2005, here's more nerve regeneration.
The text you provided discusses a study that investigated the effects of combining LIPUS with iPSCs and CSCs on sciatic nerve regeneration in rats. Here are the key findings. LIPUS and iPSCs and CSCs. The study combined LIPUS treatment with iPSCs and CSCs, induced pluripotent stem cells-derived neural crest stem cells, to promote nerve regeneration. LIPUS parameters. LIPUS was applied at an intensity of 0.3 W per square centimeter for 2 weeks, 5 minutes per day. Positive outcomes. The study found significant improvements in sciatic nerve function, including sciatic functional index, static sciatic function index, nerve conduction velocity, tissue regeneration. The treatment group showed increased new blood vessel formation, neurofilaments, and expression of beta the third tubulin.
There you go, guys.
Indicating successful nerve regeneration. Overall, the study suggests that the combination of LIPUS and iPSCs and CSCs could be a promising approach for promoting peripheral nerve regeneration. However, more research is needed to confirm these findings in humans and to optimize the treatment parameters.
There you go, guys. There's your validation. There is your validation. Other tissues, let's hear it.
The research discussed above primarily focused on the regeneration of sciatic nerve in rats. However, the potential benefits of LIPUS, low-intensity pulsed ultrasound, and stem cells could potentially be applicable to other tissues and organs. Here are some potential applications based on the research findings. Peripheral nerve regeneration. Similar to the sciatic nerve study, LIPUS and stem cells could be used to treat other peripheral nerve injuries. Bone and cartilage repair. LIPUS has shown promise in promoting bone and cartilage regeneration. Combining it with stem cells could enhance the healing process. Muscle repair. LIPUS and stem cells might be beneficial for repairing damaged muscle tissue, such as in sports injuries or muscle diseases. Skin regeneration. LIPUS could potentially stimulate skin cell growth and differentiation, aiding in wound healing or treating skin conditions.
Let's hear it!
It's important to note that this is a hypothetical list, and further research is needed to confirm the effectiveness of LIPUS and stem cells for these applications. The specific treatment approach would depend on the individual condition and the recommendations of a healthcare professional. Always consult with a qualified healthcare provider for personalized advice on any medical concerns or potential treatments. They can assess your specific situation and recommend the most appropriate course of action.
So there you go. That's more validation from Gemini in pure Indian accent. Low intensity pulse ultrasound. So it says peripheral nerve regeneration. The nerves that are to the periphery of your body, similar to bone and cartilage repair. So I was asking it about the vertebrae, right? What if I used lipus on my... So now I'm putting it on 0.3, okay? As suggested by Gemini and my research. After harassing Gemini for so long, I'm going to try this. Let's see. And how much was it for? How long was it for? Damn, I don't think this thing... For 2 weeks, 5 minutes only. Okay, that makes my life much more easy. Muscle repair, skin regeneration. I mean, my skin, I don't know. I don't know if I see any changes, but I just hope it doesn't electrocute my skin and have like burn marks everywhere. I feel so like GA and Y while doing all this, the whole stream. That's why I've been switching my video off, and I think I should switch it off again. I don't want to feel like that. This whole vanity light that I didn't want to get, but I don't have any other option. Important skin regeneration. I know that. Hypothetical list. And stem cells. It freaked out so badly when I asked it if I can use bone marrow. Absolutely not! Absolutely not! Fuck, I flipped out, man. I mean, every single person in the world has eaten bone marrow, even raw, I can bet you. And this guy is absolutely not, because his overlords told him to misguide everybody. But now this has shown a lot of promise, eh? It's very promising. What is a sciatic nerve, man? Okay. Oh, that is my most problematic area, bro. Passes through the buttocks and all. But the problem starts from here, right? Because after they pull out my teeth, all the nerves get damaged and I can feel. So it's like a compounding effect on all the vertebrae of your spine, bro. So in rats, this nerve was regenerated by ultrasound. It's pretty weird. I'm gonna need to hire a full-time ultrasound gun applier to do this, man. Med Gears, the company is called. Ah, that's too loud. My god, look at this. Look at this idiot. I just saw this. Gemini is literally so desperate. Can I report? Like, can I report Gemini for trying to sell drugs to me? I'm trying to find out non-toxic, non-invasive methods of curing my pain, and this guy tells me over-the-counter pain relievers. Rest. Yeah, I'll just sit and do nothing all day, man. That's the best thing ever, right? And steroid injections, bro. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, Gemini? Surgery. Man, so useless, bro. Come on. Suma found lupus in the mountain. Potential genes affected by lupus. Lupus. And I feel like playing Hogwarts Legacy again. But it's such a big installation, bro. Come on. I have other games to play. Hey, but actually I don't mind completing it. Like, gave me good vibes, like, not get me irritated like Dark Souls. Anyway. Alkaline fracture. So anything involved in gene anything is just guesswork, okay? This is all guesswork. Vascular endothelial growth factor. Okay, proteins might be okay, but so genes, asur. Bone forming cells. Magic. Now he's advocating for lipus. Now Gemini is like, no, it's not magical. No. Water. Damn, it's waterproof. Really? Okay. Let's okay. Got the vertebrae part. Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
The text you provided discusses the potential applications of LIPUS, low-intensity pulsed ultrasound, for treating intervertebral disc herniation, delaying disc degeneration, and promoting tissue healing in various body parts. Here are the key points. Intervertebral disc herniation. LIPUS effects. LIPUS may stimulate the production of TIMP1 and MCP1 in nucleus pulposus cells and macrophages, which could potentially reduce inflammation and promote tissue repair. Disc degeneration. LIPUS effects. LIPUS may upregulate cell proliferation and proteoglycan synthesis in nucleus pulposus cells, which could help delay the progression of disc degeneration. Other applications. Medial collateral ligament injuries. LIPUS has been shown to enhance healing in rats. Ligament healing. LIPUS can accelerate ligament healing in rats. Bone tendon healing. LIPUS can promote healing in both partial patelectomy and transosseous equivalent sheep rotator cuff models. Overall, the research suggests that LIPUS has the potential to promote tissue healing in various body parts. However, more research is needed to fully understand the mechanisms involved and to optimize its application for specific conditions. It's important to consult with a healthcare professional for personalized guidance on LIPUS treatment and to determine if it's appropriate for your specific needs.
Hahaha, I found one on erectile dysfunction. Let's see. Stress urinary incontinence. Let's see, I want to hear it. Like, I can't read anymore, man. Like, I'm reading so much here on the side. I can't read Gemini again. Let's hear it.
The text you provided discusses the potential of LIPUS, low-intensity pulsed ultrasound, for treating erectile dysfunction, ED. Here are the key points. LESWT for ED. Low-energy shockwave therapy, LESWT, has been shown to improve erectile function in patients with organic ED and diabetic rats. It is recommended as a first-line therapy for ED by ONISSM. The mechanisms may involve down-regulating receptor for advanced glycation end products, RAGE, and recruiting endogenous MSCs. LIPUS for ED. A preliminary study by Lay et al. Showed that LIPUS could improve erectile function in diabetic rats. LIPUS increased endothelial and smooth muscle content, collagen I, collagen 3 ratio, and eNOS and NNOS expression in the penis. LIPUS down-regulated the TGF-beta1, SMART, CTGF signaling pathway. The effect of LIPUS on recruiting endogenous MSCs in erectile tissues needs further evaluation. Future research. Safety profiles, clinical trials, and repeated treatments need to be investigated before LIPUS can be applied clinically for ED. Overall, the research suggests that LIPUS may have potential benefits for treating erectile dysfunction. However, more studies are needed to confirm its effectiveness and safety for this application.
Okay, let's continue. fusions. Urology, I don't care about urology. There was more interesting. Chronic pain. Let's see about chronic pelvic pain syndrome. This channel is about my chronic pain anyway. This channel is my coping mechanism to deal with my chronic pain. Let's just get that out there. Will this open up my third eye? Decalcify my pineal gland. It's too loud, man. The ultrasonic. Do I have supersonic hearing? Like, do I have? Am I Superman or something? Why can I hear each and every pulse from it? Like, why can I hear everything, bro? It's supposed to be ultrasonic. I'm just guessing they are latent frequencies that are just like offshooting off from the peak. When the frequency peaks, the other frequencies are just latent. And I just really hope I don't have ultrasonic hearing or something. Is that why I can hear the bats like screech? Hey, let me hear it. Ah, this light is relaxing. Is it low light? This is low light. Let me hear it.
The text you provided discusses the potential of LIPUS, low-intensity pulsed ultrasound, for treating chronic prostatitis, chronic pelvic pain syndrome, CP, CPPS. Here are the key points. CP, CPPS. A chronic condition characterized by pelvic pain and discomfort. Difficult to diagnose and treat. Associated with elevated levels of Illinois 8, MCP-1 and MIP-1 alpha. LIPUS for CP, CPPS. A novel therapeutic approach for CP, CPPS. Shown to be effective in reducing pain and improving symptoms in clinical trials. May work by regulating cytokines, inhibiting TLR4 signal transduction, and inhibiting COX2 expression. Requires further research to establish optimal energy dosage and therapeutic protocol. Overall, the research suggests that LIPUS may be a promising treatment option for CP, CPPS. However, more studies are needed to confirm its effectiveness and safety for this condition.
Another one. Inflammatory responses. Soft tissue regeneration. It shows more promise in soft tissue regeneration than bone regeneration.
The text you provided discusses the potential applications of LIPUS, low-intensity pulsed ultrasound, for soft tissue regeneration. Here are the key points. Targets of LIPUS effects: fibroblasts, myoblasts, epithelial cells, chondrocytes and cartilage, intervertebral discs, IVDs, ligaments, tendons. Specific findings: fibroblast proliferation. LIPUS can promote fibroblast proliferation by activating integrin receptors and the ROG, SRC, ERK signaling pathway. Myoblast differentiation. LIPUS can induce the differentiation of myoblasts into osteoblasts or chondroblasts. Epithelial cell healing. LIPUS can accelerate periodontal wound healing and bone repair. Overall, the research suggests that LIPUS has the potential to promote tissue regeneration in a variety of tissues. However, more research is needed to fully understand the mechanisms involved and to optimize its application for specific conditions. It's important to consult with a healthcare professional for personalized guidance on LIPUS treatment and the text you provided discusses the research on LIPUS, low-intensity pulsed ultrasound, for fracture healing. Here are the key points. History of LIPUS for fracture healing. Early studies. Corradi and Cozzolino first reported the use of ultrasound for fracture healing in 1952. FDA approval. The FDA approved LIPUS for fracture healing in 1994 and 2000. Clinical trials. Heckman and Christiansen, 2 randomized controlled trials demonstrated the effectiveness of LIPUS for accelerating fracture healing. Buss et al., a meta-analysis found that LIPUS significantly reduced the time to fracture healing. Martinez de Albornoz et al., a review found that LIPUS can accelerate fracture healing and improve bone strength. Zura et al., a cohort study found that LIPUS can improve healing rates in older patients with fracture risk factors. Controversies. Fresh, stress fractures. There is some debate about the effectiveness of LIPUS for these types of fractures. Limb lengthening. More research is needed to determine the effectiveness of LIPUS for limb lengthening. Overall, the research suggests that LIPUS can be a beneficial adjunct to traditional fracture treatment. However, more studies are needed to fully understand its effectiveness for all types of fractures and to optimize its application.
Oh my god. This is all this for healing yourself, self-therapy. But hey, shows a lot of promise. Improve bone strength. It's literally like magic, no? Like everything gets cured. Everything gets cured if you bombard yourself with LIPUS. What do I want to do now? Should I just play some games? It's been quite a long stream. Wow, 2 hours. 2 hours of self-therapy. Managing chronic pain.